Welcome back to City Beat from Tivoli Village. They just opened late last month, so we're walking around here just a little bit. It is a beautiful addition to the city of Las Vegas. We're going to turn our attention now to some very important folks in the city of Las Vegas, parking enforcement. Now, when you hear that name, you probably think, oh, those are the guys that walk around handing out tickets and booting cars. But we spent a day with them recently and found out that they do a lot more than that. They answer complaints by citizens who want clean, safe streets in their neighborhoods. They patrol our school zones, and sometimes they even save lives. We see them all around the city of Las Vegas, the city's parking enforcement officers. And our knee-jerk reaction is to hope our meter hasn't run out, because after all, don't they just drive around looking for people to cite for illegal parking?
That's a very, very small portion of what we do.
Officer Lauren Storla says for every person who is on the receiving end of a ticket for parking in a fire zone, blocking a crosswalk, or parking in a handicap spot, there's someone out there being helped as a result.
We get people that park in handicap spots because they're just going into Target for just a minute so that they can get a prescription filled or something like that. They'll park in a handicap spot. All of a sudden, all the handicap spots get filled up and there's no place for a handicapped person to park.
And it's not just parking lots and garages where they patrol. They are often called out to residential areas, answering the calls of residents who want the streets around their homes clean and safe.
We get people parked the wrong way. We get people that have unregistered cars in the street. We have vehicles that are being worked on in the street. You can't work on your car in the street. I can't tell you how many times I've seen cars that have oil stains underneath them.
As we followed them on this day, our first stop was a response to a citizen complaint.
Here's the Jeep that looks like it's a problem.
What they found was several violations in one stop: parking on the wrong side of the street, and a vehicle being worked on and up on jacks on the street.
How's it going?
The officers always approach violators with respect and professionalism, but in this case, when he informs them they're going to have to move the Jeep off the street, he quickly sees this has the potential to get heated.
You know what I mean? It broke down right here. What am I supposed to do?
It's been there a while.
It's been there a while. How long has it been here? A while. What's a while?
Sir,
it's been here for 3 days.
Okay.
3 days.
Never losing his cool, Officer Storla calms the situation by explaining they could get 3 tickets. He's letting them off with 1 as long as they get the car moved.
But what I need you to do is just get it off the street, like today. Get it into your driveway. Okay. And there again, that way we, and do the best you can to clean up the street. We will have the street sweepers clean the street too, but okay, so that way we can be done with it and be done.
By the time we leave, the tension is diffused.
Hey, have a good day.
Thank you.
Yeah, a little dirt doesn't bother.
You guys take care. All right.
Parking enforcement's mission is not to write tickets. It's to get people to comply with the law, even if that means teaching them the law right there on the streets.
As you saw, all they want to do is get the car fixed, and that's the only thing that they can see. My car broke down, I've got to get it fixed.
Next stop is a response to yet another citizen complaint. Oversized vehicles are not allowed in residential neighborhoods. They are not only unsightly, but can pose a hazard to pedestrians who can't see around them from the sidewalk or when they're trying to cross the street. Officer Storla's partner handles this complaint.
When I put in its plate, it came up that it's been given a warning prior to this. So he wasn't issued a cite the first time. Someone gave him a warning, so they gave him an opportunity to inform him that he shouldn't be doing this. And he's obviously persisted and came back, so now unfortunately he's going to get a cite.
Getting a ticket may be an inconvenience for the offender, but to the neighbors, it's a relief. Pat Reinbold wasn't the one who called in this complaint, but says she appreciates the quick response they always get from parking enforcement.
You call one day, the next day they're out there, and we had right next door to us, we had a car that was in a wreck, and they had it in the driveway, parked there, and they got, they gave them so many days, and it was moved.
Keeping our city and residents safe is a top priority to parking enforcement, and sometimes that means answering a call for help that may have nothing to do with parking violations. Officer Daniel Dominguez calls it being the quiet eyes and ears for the city. He has many such stories.
I was patrolling in this downtown area, and a person approached me right in the middle of traffic and said they were feeling very, very depressed and suicidal, and they were going to hurt themselves, and they were requesting medical assistance. So I stopped the vehicle, obviously put on all my signs, all my flashings, and took the person over to the side, and then I called in to dispatch, who then dispatched fire services. And they were able to arrive and assist this individual.
He was there another time to assist in getting a child out of a locked vehicle.
It was like 110 that day. The child passed out. As I was driving down the street, some people called me over and said there's a kid in the child in the car. I was able to call dispatch, who then dispatched fire services. When they arrived, they tried shaking the vehicle. The child did not respond. It was until they fortunately had to break a window to get air in there to open up the vehicle, and they were able to assist the child.
So while they are patrolling our streets and parking lots, they're not just looking for a reason to write tickets. They're looking out for all of us.